Hey YouTube, Longboard Post 975. This is a video response to Ed T1138's Top 3 Tuesdays videos. Sorry Ed, it's taken me this long to actually get around to doing a response to one of these epic videos. My bad. But I had to do one to this. Now, today's, it's not my show. The question was asked by Electricadventures, another awesome YouTuber, and he asked 3 games you had to buy a system for. You know, 3 games that made you want to buy a system. I just got to say, Ed is boxed in my channel list, and Electricadventures, he's in my front page list as well. One of the few good things about the new YouTube layout is you can actually mix up and have a lot more people on your front page. I shouldn't be talking about that. That's not for this video. So yeah, gonna have to say that I'm gonna go down the route that Planet the Geeks took, which is they're not all gonna be for the same console. But the first one is the same as Ed's. I'm gonna have to go. The reason I bought a Splatterhouse. Just giving away the game. The reason I bought TurboGrafx, and not that one over there, the one that I bought originally back in the day when I was on holiday in Boston in like 1991 from like a little second-hand game store. The reason I bought that system, because obviously at the time I knew of the PC Engine, and this was slightly before my brother got a PC Engine, you know. And one of my favourite arcade games at the time was Splatterhouse. Now Splatterhouse, I played it in this great little amusement arcade in Devon where they actually got Japanese, you know, arcade machines. And they actually said when they booted up, you should not be playing this game outside of Japan. So the Splatterhouse I played in the arcade was actually called Slaughterhouse. The Black Tiger I played was actually called Black Dragon. Anyway, I'm off topic. Yeah, so I went to this little second-hand game store, and at this point, I still had a Japanese Mega Drive, and I actually had a Super Famicom. But when I was in this little second-hand game store, I saw this this TurboGrafx. I think it was like $70, $80. It's a long time ago. I can't remember. It was pretty beat up. It's the one that died a couple of years ago, and I wasn't very interested in buying it until I was looking through the games that he said he'd throw in with it, and one of them was Splatterhouse. By the way, there's a question in that. 3 games that you think have the worst box art ever. Anyway, yeah, the minute I saw Splatterhouse, and I just went, I gotta have this, because obviously it wasn't on any other system at the time. And Splatterhouse, or Slaughterhouse, whatever you want to call it, to me, was just one of those games, that were absolutely amazing games. Basically, you're Jason Voorhees, and you went around a haunted house fucking shit up. I mean, the level with the maggots, amazing, and the haunted room, you know, with the chairs and the knives and crap fly, you're absolutely fantastic. So, I had no interest to buy a TurboGrafx until I was in this pokey little game store, saw TurboGrafx, still wasn't 100% sold, and saw that. So I bought that original TurboGrafx back in the day. That's my original copy, by the way. This is the original copy from 1991, Boston. Yeah, so that's the reason I bought TurboGrafx. Now, you all know why I bought a Sega Mega Drive. Well, in my first import console was a Sega Mega Drive. Basically because I had a Master System at the time and I was a Sega fanboy. And obviously Golden Axe, there you giveaway. Golden Axe was in the arcades at the time, and it was an absolutely fantastic game. We just thought it was mind-blowing, amazing graphics, etc. And I just come off playing the port on the Master System, which is not to be sneezed at. The port on the Master System is absolutely fantastic port, considering the hardware it runs on, and I still really rate it as a game. Now, while I initially made the mental decision, I guess, that I wanted to import a Mega Drive, Mean Machines, I can't remember the name, Blue Tonic 78, remember the name. They did these books back in the day, and they're just big, thick books you bought in the newsagent or magazines, and they're all about all the import systems. And they reviewed this game. They reviewed Golden Axe, and it was classic late 80s. You know, they chucked around such phrases like, you know, this system is so utterly amazing and powerful, it can provide you an arcade perfect port of Golden Axe. Now, while Golden Axe is absolutely fantastic on the Mega Drive, it ain't arcade perfect. And they were like, you even get a bonus level at the end that wasn't in the arcade. And as a kid, you got to remember, an impressionable kid, I remember reading this magazine in the car with my dad coming back from my Saturday job at his garage, and just reading it again and again and again, this review just going, Golden Axe arcade perfect, finally a game that proves that the Mega Drive is everything and more, you know, and all these bonus features or whatever. And that was it. That properly firmly cemented in my head that I had to buy a Mega Drive. So Golden Axe, you know, Golden Axe even more so than Super Shinobi. Final game I don't have, because I don't have the system anymore. Now this is kind of similar to the Mega Drive in the sense that I had the predecessing system to it. I bought a PlayStation 2. I guess simply because, you know, like the Mega Drive Master System, I had a PlayStation 1. But I bought a PlayStation 2 because of a game that didn't even come out at launch, but a game that was confirmed on it. Because on the PlayStation 1, everyone knows this, who watches my channel, I make no secret of it, Metal Gear Solid, the original game, is my favourite game of all time. I still play it on my Wii, but it's the GameCube version, which obviously isn't anywhere near as good. Some of the sort of liberties they took and things like that, you know, it's not as good a game as the original PlayStation 1, but it's as close as I can get. But yeah, it is my favourite game of all time. It actually blew me away. It was just like, it's like playing a movie, you know, it's fantastic. And so when they said that Metal Gear Solid 2 was coming out on the PlayStation 2, this amazing new piece of hardware that could throw around like a retarded amount more polygons than the Dreamcast could do at the time, and, you know, had the, what was it called, the Emotion Engine? Boring fact, I actually got a PlayStation 2 on launch. And that was it. I was sold. They could have sold the PlayStation, I think it was £299 when it came out, but they could have sold it for, you know, £500-600. I don't care. I would have bought it simply because of this game. I had to have a PlayStation 2 to play Metal Gear Solid 2. In hindsight now, I realise it's a very, very solid and entertaining game, and brilliant game, playing for the HD collection. At the time though, once I got past the first level, I was so disappointed that you went from being Snake to Raiden. But yeah, I had to have a PlayStation 2 simply because of Metal Gear Solid 2. So that's 3 games I had to own systems for. Alright, they're all different systems, but yeah. This was a great question. It was an absolutely brilliant question. So yeah, 3 games I had to own the systems for. Anyway, I'll see you later.